This is just a quick and easy example to show you how sound design is powerful. Sound design is probably more important than the image. So today I want to show you why is it important, how you have to structure it, where you can find sound design, how you can do your own sound design, and you're gonna see that it doesn't take that much time if you have the right technique and the right structure to make your sound design sounds good. And in the end, I hope that you're not going to be able to watch any video without sound design. But first, let's head to the southeast next to Italy, see some friends. Finally back of this nice hike, just really nice to hang out with friends. But anyway, what is sound design? Sound design is all the audio that permits to increase the feeling of the viewer or the listener. So it's really important to don't miss this step. Here is an example of my last video with sound design. And now without sound design.
Saw you paint a picture of a face.
So as you heard, it completely changed the feeling of the video. Without music, with music, and all sound design is just another video. So this is why it's important to spend time on it and learn about it. What you also have to know is that we are talking about sound design here on YouTube, but it's applicable to other pieces of content like radio, podcasts, and art. Is it hard to learn sound design? How to learn sound design? And does it take time? If you take the example of movies, they are actually creating sound design after the movie.
In Hollywood, everything is magic and make-believe.
Gloves with paper clips are dog paws.
Even what you hear.
We are storytellers with sound. Over here we have a feather duster used for bird wings. We bring sound into the story and we can create any mood with that sound.
When you watch a film, much of what you're hearing was created.
So if you want to be a sound designer, yes, I think it's hard to be a sound designer. It does take time and you have to go to a proper school to do it. But if we talk about content creators like me or like you maybe, well, we don't learn how to make sound design like this. We just go through experiences. The first thing that you have to think of when you talk about sound design is that the best machine that you have is your camera. So put a good microphone on the top of it so you can record the actual sound that is happening in your scene. It's not evident, it's not easy all the time because you have a car passing, you have people talking, so it's not always the best option, but having a good mic is going to help you to have a good sound design. But be careful, because if you are shooting in slow motion, if you're shooting in 60 frames per second, it's fine. But if you're shooting above 60 frames per second, you're going to find out that you're not going to have sound. The camera isn't going to record the sound. So you're going to have to make your sound design in post-production. creating your own sound design is the hardest part of it, because you're gonna have to find the right sound design that goes into your video. And there are some places that you have to know where to find sound design. The first one is YouTube, is copyright free music and sound design. Then you can go in free websites like Mixkit, and I'm going to put a list down below in the description for you to check out. And the second option is to go with paying option, Epidemic Sound, Artlist, and all those ones that promise you to have more choice. And the third place is coming from one of my friends, is the BBC sound design website. I'm going to put a link down below as well. It's a really quality sound design and it's entirely for free, so check that out because it's really good. Let's move to another place and talk about how I make my sound design in the post-production process. How did that happen? Anyway, let me give you some tips on how to organize your sound design underneath your videos, photos, podcasts, so it sounds good. You have to think sound design like there are different layers. And for me, the first layer is the atmosphere layer. And it is really important to have a good atmosphere layer that goes with the scene, because it's going to help the viewer listening to understand where you are. So for example, right now what you can hear are birds and fontaine, so you understand that it's early in the morning, the sun is rising. So this is the atmosphere layer. Then you have the second layer, which is the subject layer. Also really important, if you have a car passing, well, you have to have a car passing sound design. If you have a seagull, you have to have this sound. You get it? This is the subject layer. Then you have the effects and transition layer. Also really important. You know, I did this panning transition and I use a whoosh. This is probably the most popular sound used by creators, but it's whoosh. You have different type of effects and transitions that you can find on the places that I highly recommend you to have a look after this video. All the links on down below if you want to check. So the atmosphere, the subject, the effects and transition, and lastly I have the music. And the music, it's fairly easy because the music has to go with the atmosphere layer. You can't have with this scene something like hard because it's peaceful, it's early in the morning. So I want a music that goes with my atmosphere layer. So this is how I organize my sound design in my videos. If you have another way of like working, or if you want to add a layer, please comment it down below so it can help other people to grow and to understand sound design a bit better. It's literally the 5th place on this vlog, but I just like finishing this video and I realized that I don't have an end for it. So this is the end. These are all my tips that I have for you about sound design and how you could be better, where to find sound design. If you like this video, please make sure to click on the like button because it does make a real difference. And if you're wondering if you should start vlogging in 2022 or in the future, here is a video at the end for you to check. Anyway, I see you in season 2 coming in 1 episode. Ciao.